I came to faith in 2002. I used to live in Brazil, in the north of the country, in Natal. And a few years later, I moved to Canada with my daughter. She was 6 at the time. Her name is Julia. And around 2019, I felt I need some time off to spend some time with my daughter. And we decided to go to Portugal because we are all Portuguese citizens, both of us. And I moved to Algarve in Portugal. And I was visiting Lisbon with my daughter, and a friend invited me to go to Casa do Leão in Lisbon. And the first time I was there was something very, very special. The way that the presence of God is felt in that place was I have never experienced before. Something got me there. And even the messages the Ape Rafael used to preach, or still preach, it got into my heart, and then I started to question a lot of things. And I fell in love right away with the vision, with the cause. And I decided to follow them online because I used to live 3 hours away from Lisbon, wasn't possible. And I heard about first fruits, primícias, we say in Portuguese. And I decided to take this challenge to just connect with the Word for 7 days, no internet, no contact with my daughter that was 15 at the time. And in the first day I didn't know what to do because nobody could talk to anyone. Should I read? Should I sing? Should I read the Bible? Should I walk? So I did all of them. And that was very, very special for me to spend. I only spent 5 days there. And the last day I met Wesley. We call him Pastor Wesley. And in the last day, we get to know each other. It was very natural, very spontaneous. And he gave me a piece of bread. And I received a word from him that day. I'm getting emotional, hold on. So then I received that piece of bread, and a lot of things from that ministry was new to me. I came from Assembly of God. I served there for like 16 years before I moved to Canada. And I received that word, and I started to be in contact with him. He was still in Marília, and then he kept calling me, he kept giving me attention, he kept talking to me, wanting to know what I was doing, where I was living. So, and in 2020, around June, I took my daughter, went to spend some time in Sweden, and then I decided to go back to Canada, where I live. And I started to follow them online all the time. That time they came to Londrina. And I started to follow them, and things changing my heart. The way I perceive church changed, the way I see the Lord has changed. And when I came back to Canada, I work as a nurse assistant there. And in the middle of the third wave of COVID, 2 jobs, and then I just saw the service online, and my church, my previous church in Canada was in lockdown. I couldn't go anywhere, and I moved the city. A lot of things happened, so I saw the service online every Sunday. And Pastor Wesley used to keep in touch with me every week. We used to call each other, and his wife and the kids, and I started to feel that love. I only saw him one time, but impacted my life greatly. And then in December 2020, he said, "You must be here. God put something in your heart, to generate something in your heart. You should come and spend some time with us." 2 weeks later, I got COVID. And then, okay, I promise, as soon as I recover from COVID, I'm gonna board the plane. I felt the Lord calling me, like for real. Sometimes he used to send me videos 3, 4, 5 minutes, and that got into my heart, but then I just kept working. I got another job. Now I have 3 jobs after COVID. And then I start working, and I want to come here. Part of me want to come, another part of me didn't want to come. And then I decided to come. In October, I came to visit my mom. She had a very bad accident. I took care of her for a few weeks. And then he invited me to come here to Casa do Leão in Londrina, a missionary base. And the time has been great, has been a lot of challenges, personal challenges, spiritual challenges, because when you live with a lot of people, different cultures, different habits, schedules, we adjust to each other. My imperfections perfected some other people and vice versa. And I feel like it's a big family here. The family that I do not have in Canada. That was the most challenging thing for me to be there by myself. My daughter is still in Lisbon. And my son, I have a son from my heart that he's here now for 1.5 years. And I could have come earlier, but I think God has prepared the time for me to come here. Everybody come and say, Joy, when are you going back to Canada? And I say, I don't know, because for the last 3 years, I have been making decisions in my own decision-making process. I wouldn't say that I haven't talking to the Lord, but maybe too many voices. My voice, the Holy Spirit voice, God's voice. And now I receive a word. I'm just right here inside the Lord's hand, and I shouldn't do anything, any even small decisions, what to do, anything. And my time here, I don't know until when I'm gonna be here. I'm willing to stay for the time being to see what God has for me. I love my country, Canada. I'm just becoming a Canadian citizen in 3-4 weeks. And I think it's amazing to be here, to have this opportunity. And one thing got me is when the time comes for me to go home, it's gonna be hard. Because when you watch the service online for 1 year, when you are here, you don't want to go anymore. But the services is only Sunday. And from Monday to Friday, it's a completely different life that I used to have in Canada. I do still have the life there. I have 3 jobs, they are waiting for me. I took a leave. But I'm just saying, Lord, whatever time you prepare for me to stay here, I will stay here. And I may go to Canada anytime. And I'm looking forward to what God is gonna point for me to do this year. But now I have the conviction that I belong to this time. I belong to the body of Christ in this city, this time, 2002, and nothing is gonna take me from this environment. So, it's so much love here that we cannot describe. It's so much gratitude, one miracle after another. And if I keep saying, the video is gonna be half an hour. So yes, I'm very happy to be here, to be welcome here. And that's it. Yep. Something has crossed my mind now, that so many people like me may come across this message that I'm talking right now, and they don't live in Brazil, they don't live in Londrina, they don't have contact with anyone in Portugal. If you listen to this message, if you start to follow us online, just reach out. We are on Instagram, YouTube. Come for a visit. Because if you come for a visit, if you get to know, because it's not just a church on Sunday, this is just 4 hours of our day. When you start to do the social mission, this is very special to me, because my own daughter got to get to know Jesus personally in a social mission in Stockholm, Sweden. And it's very special when you come from a country like me, that you have everything, you don't see people in need. Then you come to Brazil, then you see that you have everything, and you come to face these people, and all they want is a hug, it's a meal, is a word of encouragement. And I feel like in Canada, I would do other things for the Lord, but here I'm learning how to process everything and how to serve the Lord even better. And we have a lot of things that we do here. We have people, not only myself that speaks English, we have another missionaries that speaks English, so you're not gonna be by yourself. We have translators if you wanna come for a visit. If you are watching this right now and God has touched in your heart, and we can contact us, it would be such a blessing for us to receive people from another countries and other backgrounds, and it's an experience that is gonna change your life. Because since we come here, it's changed our direction. It changed the way you think. And as I don't know if I mentioned, but our church, we live by Acts 2:42. It's not only the service on Sunday, it's everything. We share everything, from food to dental floss. We share everything. And not only us that live here. Now I think it's 10 full-time missionaries, but we share with anyone that come here anytime. So, and I invite you to come, contact us, and we want you to come. I also want to share with you that are watching. In our church, we have a bakery. We bake bread and you serve the community around us. And we also sell bread to sustain it, to maintain the missionaries that live here. If you decide to come for a visit, we're going to experience everything with us. We are more than welcome to come, contact us. But if you're watching this and you want to know more about our cause, what we do, we are more than happy to share with you. And if you want to donate, you can donate flour. Our main ingredient for what we do to sustain ourselves is flour to bake our breads. And you can help with anything like clothing, money, your time. Actually, we would like you to donate your time, because when you think you're gonna come and donate your time, you are actually learning. You are actually receiving more than you're doing, more than you're giving. So when I take this seriously, the Lord, if the Lord has touched in your heart and you want to know more about us, you're more than welcome to come here and share and spend some time with us. And God bless you. I hope to see you guys here.